Yeah, I thought it was a little better.
I feel like I'm watching an infomercial.
Oh, because they're super enthusiastic.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Uh,
Hopefully Cody Gibson has one of the days. He's awesome. I saw him at family reunion. He's really good. And then I think Molly, right, that Rob had, she'll be on there. She's great.
Yeah, she was great.
So we'll see how that goes. Hello, Mr. Marsupial.
Hello.
Maybe.
Greta?
Jordan, did you want to say something?
I was just going to say, it was necessarily, I don't want to say scripted, what they were going to say and do, but it felt scripted.
Yeah.
To a degree, for me, but, I think there's still a lot of good information and, techniques and that all, be working put in place.
We're talking about bold, yesterday's bold. Yeah, I think as we get through the meat of it, maybe becomes less scripted feeling. And the coach's corner, if you can get into those are more just kind of off the cuff answering questions. What'd you guys think about the Ford sandwich? The sandwich.
Yeah.
It's a good one. You just have to practice it.
I like Ford is what I use every time. I took after the bold, I made a new Ford script based off what they had and then what I was using before. And just actually where I said certain things, I kind of moved around when I was saying what I was saying.
Nice.
Which are work because one of the scripts has you go right in and say, I'm calling you, and the reason why I'm calling is I want to see how you're doing and if there's anything that I could help you with. And then on one of the scripts, but I actually took that and moved it down below the Ford because I always like to start with not right, hey, I'm calling you, what can I do for you? But hey, how are you first, and then move into what I can do for you.
Yeah, that's why I really like that model as well.
Yeah.
Feels more natural, right?
Absolutely.
And then
especially now too.
Yeah. And the whole sandwich thing too is you start off about them, you slip in there what you need, and then that last taste in their mouth on the way out is about them.
Right.
And that's what's nice about that.
Yeah, I'm still keeping out the real estate part. And I have it at the bottom. It's almost like I have at the bottom, I put responses and made a list of different responses that I could use. And I'm just leaving it out unless they bring it up.
Well, how did you like the way she took the fact that he said, I've got some friends that aren't doing well, and how she turned that into, I know there's a lot of people that are feeling that way. And if there's anything that comes up in their situation that I might be able to help them with, please let me know. Because I really want to help people. And that's how she slipped it in. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really good.
I think like Jordan was saying, it's just a little bit of it is just like everyone's extremely happy and having the best conversation ever. And a lot of that is you're not talking to someone that you're great friends with. Some of it is, but a lot of it is, again, more of the, like, I haven't talked to you. I mean, I guess they said I haven't talked to you in a long time, but they were acting like they were just at a party together the night before. You know what I mean? Yeah. So a little bit is just, I guess a good thing is like scripting, like with Matt, whenever I actually take that leap to start role playing with him and he can sit there and knock me down enough for me to be able to start thinking about how to handle objections. I think that's for me a big thing. And maybe are they going to get into that? Like
objection handling? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you from experience, Sharon and I know this, getting on here for an hour and a half, 2 hours and not having a script is pretty freaking hard. And some of these guys, women as well, that's part of their personality, right?
Yeah.
So even when they're not scripted, it sounds scripted, right? Just because they're so on, right?
Right.
And the biggest thing that you can get out of it, is just the fact that they didn't get that way without practicing either. So
now it's natural.
Whether you think this sounds cheesy or you think that doesn't, whatever it is, the point is that, you just have to practice.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was saying
you do practice under ideal circumstances, but that's the only way, like, you become get in a rhythm. So when you do go out, you can,
Right. I was hoping, does Cody Gibson have one of these days slotted to him?
Yeah,
He's
I think
great.
so.
He's
Did you see what Rob had shared? I
that
mean,
video of
Cody's
his.
just
Yeah, I saw
he's
it on YouTube before Rob even shared it. He's super cool. You know.
yeah, when he's talking, you know it's scripted, but it's like a good actor, you know, where you
Yeah.
just believe it. You don't think he's saying someone else's words,
Hmm.
you know, and that's just what practice will get for you.
Yeah, and you to what Matt was saying, that's just kind of who they are too. Just kind of like on. You're gonna have practiced enough where who you are is going to be that filter, and that's not going to be, you know, the pom poms and the the cheerleaders. It's going to
So
be your genuine filter is going to come through, or
when
lens.
when you're newer or when you're still learning, growing, right? You're so focused on making sure that you say the right things, right? And the purpose of practicing and becoming scripting is to internalize them. So when you're having a conversation, you're not thinking about what you're going to say next. You've practiced it and it's just muscle memory. What you're doing in the moment is active listening. So when you mention just something, I internalize that, think about it, and I'm able to come up with my next response based on something that you said, right? Because I'm not focused on, oh my God, if he says this, I got to say this, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, does that make sense? That active listening part, I think, was one of the most important things, because when you're having a conversation, especially when you're not able to read, you know, physical,
Yeah,
things,
body language.
you're just listening. The active listening part is so important. And I think people, I mean, that's the difference between you walking away from a conversation where you're like, wow, that person like listened, versus they were just waiting for me to stop talking so they could come up
exactly.
with
It's when someone's talking, are you listening or are you formulating what you want to say next?
Yeah. That's why I love with the 7 habits of highly effective people. I know I've told all of this to you, but it's something that I keep saying because it's hard for me, is seek first to understand before being understood. All right. And basically what that means is that when you tell me something, Justin, oh, you're tired. Oh, you're tired. Oh, I'm tired. And blah, 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 blah. Right. I'm going off. Oh, why are you tired? You know, I'm, and
What's
that's a
going
silly
on?
example, but I'm seeking to understand what it is that you're saying.
Aww.
Then I'm formulating a response.
Was it Gary Keller that says too, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care?
Yeah.
I think the scripts are great. I've been working on making a bunch of them because again, is bringing you back to why you called and like not losing track. And the one thing is that I haven't totally added in was that at the end, you know, getting in that part of I'm doing real estate. Can I help you? Does anybody need me? Do you have any questions about what's going on in the market? Getting that in there. Or do you know anybody that's looking to make a move, that's been trying to make a move and now they're able to make a move, whatever. It's just I haven't put that in on every script because I just still feel like it's too soon to ask for business. And I guess that's, I'm talking to people, but that's, like I said, it's weird.
That's your limiting belief.
Yes,
you're projecting your hesitancies onto other people.
I absolutely agree that if I was doing this before this happened, because it happened right when I started, I wouldn't probably be thinking that. You know what I mean? But because I'm already calling people, newly letting them know what I do and talking to them about that in general, and then all this going on at the same time. Yeah, that's what's holding me back. I have a list of things that are holding me back. That's like on the top of my list.
Sure. All right, let's I don't want to spend too much time. I want to jump in.
Yeah.
So
well, first of all, wait.
Yeah.
Safe. Is that your daughter?
Yes.
She's adorable.
Oh,
She was
thank
wearing that little hooded, I don't know, pajamas or outfit, whatever that was. So cute. How old is she?
She's 8.
Oh,
Turning 8.
They're twins, right?
Yes, I got twins.
loves her daddy. You could tell.
Hey, Lisa.
All
Hi.
right, go ahead.
All
Let's get started. Oh, I'm sorry. Lachey sent me a text. She's out showing some homes right now. So she does have a property that she's going to do an ad for. I'm recording this and I'm going to upload it to the YouTube channel so anybody can go back and review it if they want to do it again later or if they've missed something. All right, go ahead. Let's
awesome.
go.
Well, after our call yesterday, I was fired up and I created 2 ads myself. a just sold ad from a property that I helped a buyer purchase, and then a listing. Actually, someone that I know listed their property, not with me, but I reached out and I just said, "Hey, it's awesome property, and would you mind if I advertised it and brought you a buyer?" And they were like, "Absolutely." So I started that one as well. Do you want me to pull those up, Sharon? I've already created them. Do you have one that you want to create from scratch?
I was going to do mine. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I have a listing.
Awesome. Why don't you share your screen and then start it from scratch? I can share mine if we have time, just to kind of see, what I did, but it's.
Wait, I got to find my right screen because I've got too many that are open.
Matt, what did that person say? Did they say anything like, is it a friend of yours? Like, oh,
Well,
I could imagine that being awkward.
Yeah, no, it's not. I guess it's someone in my sphere, but I've never helped them with real estate, and they've used, actually in the past they've used Rose Tibbles to sell their old property. They currently live out in Powell. They're moving up to Fenton, so I suspect the property that they bought with in Fenton, they're using that agent to list. So it's not someone like it bothered me that I didn't get their business. I certainly don't expect, but they're still in my sphere, right? So yeah. I was. Instead of the pissed off person who, would be, why didn't you me? I reached out and I was just like, hey, the house looks great. Where are you moving to? I would love to, can I, again, can I share your listing? I'd love to bring a buyer. She knows what I do. And she said, yeah, absolutely. So,
all right.
Can I say just something?
Sure.
I contacted a realtor that has a house here in my sub, and he's kind of very old school. And he said, when I said, oh, I'm a newer realtor, I have a few clients interested in houses in the neighborhood. Do you mind if I do a Facebook ad for your property? He said, I do. and
do you mind?
I do mind. I hung up.
So let's explore that for a quick second, because this isn't something that I want you guys just doing this one time. Okay. I think that all of you can do this on a consistent basis, and the conversation may be easier with an agent in our office because we all kind of live in an environment of a culture of sharing. But let's explain that. Leisha, if you had another opportunity to call that agent and start over again, would you have said anything different?
Yes.
What would you have said?
I don't know. Maybe, it's a very nice property. I know it has potential, although it's because it needs a lot of remodeling and updates. I don't know. I would like tell nice things about the property first, and then say, and I have I usually do ads in my Facebook page, and I think it's important for our listings to be seen. I don't know, maybe I should plan better.
Yes, well, that's where I'm going with this, because I think your intentions are great, and some agents are going to get it. Many agents are not. They're going to feel a little threatened. They're going to feel a little uncomfortable, and they're, quite honestly, if they're not doing something like this, they're going to not want you to do it because they don't want to look bad. Okay. So, Sharon, let's role play that.
Okay. Who's who?
Hi, Sharon. You're, this is Matt. I'm with Keller Williams. Congratulations on your listing at 123 Main Street. It looks like a really adorable house. I think it'll sell fast.
I hope so.
Do you have a lot of activity on it already?
Yeah, we've been getting, it's been going out a lot. I've gotten some questions. People are looking at the disclosures,
Awesome.
Just opened it up though.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I have a buyer that I sent it to because it fits within they're looking for.
Okay.
But I also do a lot of social media advertising, and through my business page, I share a lot of listings, not just my own. And because I came across yours and it looks like such a great property, would it be okay if I shared that with my followers of my business page and potentially brought you a buyer? I'd love to do a deal with you.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I mean, the more exposure, the better, right?
I couldn't have said it better myself. So awesome. I will, I'll let you know if I have any buyers that want to see it in person. I suspect it's on showing time.
Yeah, let me ask you a question though.
Sure.
Are you going to represent it as though it's your listing?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked, Sharon. No, by all means, I would certainly give you credit because it is your
Okay.
listing. So
All right,
I would make
perfect.
sure on it that I was sharing it with your permission,
All right,
your name and brokerage.
great. Thank
Okay.
you. All right,
Awesome.
perfect.
So yeah, if I have anybody that wants to see it in person, I will I'll definitely request a showing via showing time as soon as possible. And like I said, I'd love to be able to do a deal with you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
it. Good job.
All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks.
Bye.
Is that something that you could do?
So the biggest thing you have to do is show them how it benefits them
Mm-hmm.
And you said it for
assure
me.
that,
The
yeah,
exposure. Yeah. the
I did.
exposure. Yep.
And assure them that you're not trying to take credit away from them because you're dealing with ego.
I see.
Right?
Yeah, I
There's
totally
ego
felt
there.
it. I totally felt it when
Yeah.
she said, "I do," and hung up. I said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I screwed
So
it."
that's okay.
Okay.
Just try
I have
again.
a question.
Mhm.
I did it. I did ask about 10. I try to advertise for like a few properties for some agents, and before I didn't know I have to do my my office agents. I just did it in general. So
Mhm.
I contact a few agents. They have a listing around me, and I just text them. I didn't call them. I text them. They respond back. They say, yeah, that's okay. And one of them, he called me back. Did say, do you have any ready buyer? And I say, no. I'm just gonna. I know I live is very close to my house, and I know there's a few people so they might not want it. And she said, yeah, that's okay, go ahead.
Great.
And I never get anybody say no, and I have only one is not respond, and
Good.
all the others, like all the 9 of them, they respond fine, and they say, yeah, it's okay, go ahead.
Well, much as Leisha said, if this woman's kind of old school, you're always going to run across somebody that's just not into it, and that's okay.
Yeah. So
but I
Sharon,
would say the majority will.
Yeah. Give me a little bit more pushback. Hey,
Okay.
Sharon, my name's Matt. I'm an agent with Keller Williams. I saw your listing at 123 Main Street. Really
Mhm.
cute. Do you have any interest on it? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, so as we know, about 97% of buyers start their search online. So as much exposure on the internet and social media as possible will help get your listing sold. I'd like to help
Mhm.
you with that selfishly. Try to maybe procure some buyers as well. Would it be okay with you if I utilize that listing, giving you credit for it, and shared it with my clients and my followers on my Facebook page?
So you want to use my listing to get yourself leads?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
And bring you a buyer, yes.
And bringing me a buyer.
Yeah.
Well, where are you from? Like who's going to be seeing this?
Yeah, no, good question. So at Keller Williams, we have a proprietary platform technology that integrates with Facebook and allows us to run ads using the listing photos and the things that you've already put together in your marketing in order to push that listing to people in the area or potential buyers of that property. And I'm able to run some ads, use technology to make sure I'm following up as quickly as possible. And if they're interested in that property, setting up a tour to show that to them. Would it be great if I brought you a buyer?
Well, I mean, yes, of course, but I mean, I certainly don't want you to just start showing anybody through my house. I mean, because on Facebook, I mean, you're going to get a bunch of weirdos, who knows who's going to be, and I don't want to put my clients out, and inconvenienced because there's just these unqualified people that are just coming through. So I don't know if I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. And in fact, I don't really like touring buyers around that aren't qualified either. So whether they're an online lead or someone that's referred to me, I never show clients property until I make sure that they have a mortgage pre-approval and I've validated who they are, because in this day and age, I'm not going to take my time or put a seller's health at risk by touring people through, unless they've been vetted. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah, I think what I would prefer is if you want to go ahead and do that, that's okay. But I'd like you to contact me if you end up with anybody that you think wants to go through it, so I can just kind of verify.
Okay.
For my clients that's
yeah.
okay.
So absolutely. So if I have a buyer that I procure that is interested in the property just call you first before I request a showing, and we can talk
Yes.
about the logistics
Yep.
of it?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Any other questions for me, Sharon?
No, none at this point.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Well, I like I said, I'd love to work with you and bring you a buyer. But it looks like a really great house. I don't think you'll have a problem selling it. So best of luck. Hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
If not, continue to stay safe.
All right. Thanks.
So you're just, I don't know. I mean, we're just spitballing
Knows.
here.
Yeah.
It's not being like aggressive. It's not hanging up on them. And it's also just trying to understand, hey, Sharon, like, what's your apprehension on that? And their apprehension on it is they don't understand what the hell you're talking about. Because
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I'm just being honest, because many of them are like,
Right.
wait a second. And she asked me straight up, like, wait, so you're trying to use my listing to get buyers? I was honest because that's the honest answer.
Right.
It's 100% honest. If I would have dodged it or whatever, she would have been like, who is this dude? I don't know.
Right.
Do you agree? Do you think it was?
No, I thought it was fine. Yeah. Because, the first thing some people who don't understand it, might think, what does this guy want from me? Why is he using me? Right?
Yeah. And
So-
I'm not trying to be disingenuous, but did you notice I didn't use the word like paid ads?
Yes.
I said share with my followers. And
Yes.
and again, I'm not trying to be disingenuous. I'm just not trying to throw out words where they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Because there's so many scams around now.
Yeah.
You don't want to even smell like you're anything close to a scam.
Yeah. Because they might think, I mean, if they're an old school agent, they might think like, oh, you're going to put it on Zillow and make it look like you're listing it or
Right.
something weird.
Right.
They don't know. It's what they're thinking, but.
Yeah. Okay. So how do we want to do this, Matt?
Just start from
Do we want
scratch.
to narrate? Do we want, okay. So
Yeah, let's talk it through and you can just start from scratch. So does everybody have a property that they are going to list, whether it's their own or someone else's?
Yes.
Okay. Has anybody started it yet? Or have you been waiting for this magic hour?
I'm at the page.
Okay.
I don't
awesome.
have a listing, Matt. None of our Keller Williams agents that I emailed responded.
Okay. That's okay. Make sure that you're paying
I'll give
attention
you
to
one.
this. This is being recorded.
Yeah.
And then just follow the steps. But if you do have one, follow, split your screen and follow with us. Do this while you're doing it.
Yeah.
just mute yourself, Leisha.
All right. So step
All
one.
right.
Aaron, you have one?
Do I? Yeah, I have two.
You have one that you don't mind I use?
You can use either one. So I've got a $500,000 one in Northville that I hope it's a tough sell because it's near the landfill, but it's a nice house. And then I've got a small bungalow in downtown Plymouth, not like downtown. It's a little closer to the edge of downtown, but it's down there if somebody wants it. So if you want to pick one of those, that's fine. Okay. So we're going to go to campaigns, right? On the side. You can all follow along and do this together. So what is this?
The all new dashboard.
I'm like,
It's
whoa,
a-
I don't know what this looks like.
So it's all
Let's
lead
explore
dashboard.
this.
Yeah.
All right. Performance, leads, my goals,
So this,
connected
yeah,
accounts.
that middle part ties how many leads you need to hit your goals that you've inputted.
Okay. Top performing campaigns. Oh, so this is where you can create a new campaign.
Can I ask
Or
a
you could
question
still
real
do it in
quick?
the top right. Yeah.
So I connected my Facebook account and I obviously have my personal and then my business that's like off of my personal. And I checked like Megan Dumont Real Estate when I connected them, but when I look here, it's showing when I look under connected accounts, it's showing my like personal.
There's two Facebook things. One says social posts and the other one says campaigns. Do you
Yeah.
have two accounts connected? You can share your screen if you want. I can stop sharing.
When you run an ad, you're going to select your business page to run it through.
Do you know how to share a screen?
Right, that's what I just like want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Where do I go to share my screen?
Near the bottom, there should be a green arrow that says share screen.
Desktop one.
Under paid ads, mine says my personal too.
Okay, here, I'll
Have you-
share mine and you guys can look at
Yeah,
it. and-
sorry, it's like.
No,
going
don't, it's
through
okay.
the- I don't know.
All right. So if you go up here, whoops, wrong one. Sorry. You go to settings. All right. So this first one that says Facebook says post scheduling, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And that's honestly, I'm not sure if that's my personal one. I'm
manage.
not sure which one that is.
Just click manage and it'll
So-
tell you.
Right? That's my personal.
Yep.
It looks like. Then if you go further down under market
manager.
automation where it says ads manager,
Mhm.
this one is my, oh, maybe it's the same one.
Yeah,
I
like
must have
that's
the
how
same
mine
one.
is too.
It should be fine.
Well, so mine
Okay.
has my name on it, but it goes to my business page.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I did check. Like there was a box that came up, and I was able to check my business when I was
so
connecting
that's
them.
you're
But I
okay
just
then.
wanted to make sure that since it was like it was kind of confusing here, since
Yeah.
it looked like it was
Yeah.
actually my personal.
Well, you can't run ads through a personal Facebook account.
It
So.
won't let
Okay,
you.
so
Yeah.
it'll automatically. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so I did not see that button up there because it was hidden by my Zoom window, but I just want to look at this real quick. So you can
It's gonna-
decide between most leads, lowest cost, most engagement.
Yeah, so the
Right.
goal, I think with this is to really give you a dashboard of what's working for you and what's not over time. And then we'll probably be able to see, what's working for the masses as well, right?
Mhm.
You're just like your database health score for your, agents that are, in your market center, your region, whatever. We're going to be able to see these top performing campaigns and share best practices.
Right.
Should that be on my command, that this performance lead to goal connected accounts area?
Yep. Did you go to campaigns?
Yeah, it just says welcome to campaigns instead of all this other stuff.
Probably maybe because you've never run one, or I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't see all that either, and I've never run one.
So is there a button? I wish one of you guys could find the share screen.
Can we?
I mean, yeah.
Was it saying when it says welcome to campaigns? Do you have to hit a button or does it
It
say
does.
create new
Yeah, that's what I
campaign?
meant too.
Yeah,
Would you-
campaigns. Yeah, it says the connected accounts on the right, but it doesn't show the performance, lead to goal, top performing campaigns. It goes right to quick posts. So all these other icons
have-
you have boxes
Okay,
right there.
What
on the top here, do you have that dashboard?
Yeah,
Where-
That button, click on that.
yeah, everything's the same except
Oh.
for the performance, lead to goal, top
Maybe
performing.
it's just
campaigns.
because you don't have any experience, but as long as you can do create campaign and start.
Yep. All right. So just let's start here and tell us if you are able to follow along. Gosh, I hate having these windows around. I can't see what I'm doing. All right. So we are going to do a paid social ad. Yes?
Yep.
Yes. All right. So what is our goal? Do we want to advertise our listing? Do we want
Yeah.
brand awareness? Do we want to attract buyers?
And just be
Thoughts?
aware that whatever your goal is, set your goal, but it doesn't change anything in terms of it's really, I think from what I'm told, it doesn't change anything. It's just over time, it'll give you better analytics for your different campaigns.
So up here on the top, you can name your campaign, right? So I'm just going to say Glacier Listing 5.8. And I'm going to advertise my listing. All right. Where will my campaigns run? So what's your experience with this, Matt? I have tried to do all three, but when I select Twitter, I start getting limited, right, by the characters that I'm allowed to put in my description because of the nature of Twitter.
I've never run them on Twitter. I'm not a Twitter user, so I'm not,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been doing all my campaigns on Facebook and Instagram, and I've in the Instagram, and I'll show you the next one. I specifically have only been doing it on stories because I heard or I read or I was told that
People
got
look at that more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep. All right. So now you're going to set up your campaign. So Megan and Justin, are you guys able to get this far? Okay. I just want to make sure your accounts are properly set up.
Now,
All right.
the
Go
the
ahead.
only reason that this one popped up is because it defaults. It's the page, and probably Justin, Megan, yours says none because you don't have any active listings. Sharon, it's just coincidence that Sharon, this one that she intends to do, popped up because it by default shows only my listings in the top
So
right. So
if I did all, it's going to come up with a bunch of them. These are
Yeah.
sold, you know.
Yeah. So you guys, you're going to have to, type in that property address or find the property that you intend on listing.
Sharon, do you mind sharing that address with me?
No, it's okay. So I'm upset that the coming soon isn't on there because that's the
Yeah,
one in
that's the one
Plymouth.
I was gonna do, and it looks like it's not coming up. And I wonder if that's just a glitch because it is coming soon. I tried to search it by the MLS number.
Arthur. Can you, under status, can you select all
I did.
or any?
Yeah.
Type in
Well,
or.
sorry. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, right here where it says only my
All.
listing.
Yeah, all listings. And then search that property again. Keep both of those the same. Search the address again and do add city as well. And this is where you guys might have to copy and paste the MLS listing, the number or something.
There it is.
Okay, so there it is.
So how weird is that? I wonder why it didn't show up.
I don't know. I don't know what the it actually says it is.
Okay, so there's 775 Arthur. If any of you guys want to use that.
Yeah, can I use that?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
I'm going to go back and use my other one. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm selecting this.
Just FYI, guys, if you're searching for an address, I know that was a little wonky, but if you're searching for an address and you see 2 listings come up, or sometimes 3, depending on where it's at, because because the KWLS feed comes from multiple places, right? We're part of RealComp, right? In Macomb or the East Side, there's another one. In Ann Arbor, there's another one. So you might have 3 listings that pop up and wonder which one to use.
Real Source is the one that keeps coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, I just use the one that has the most information. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so
this is all default that pulled in.
Yeah. So it picks up the name and the goal was obviously what we had just selected in that prior window. You can change the listing here if you want to. This is picking up the first 220 characters of the description automatically by default, right? That's what it throws up there. So the main copy, I know that right now this says Keller Williams sponsored. When it ends up running, it's going to have your name.
Well, no, show them how to change. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I'll show you why it does that. Because right now you're running an ad. You've not specified the ad to run through your business page yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So go. It's okay. It's a little weird, but when you go to Facebook and Instagram ads, that little section under the channel.
I can't see it. I got to move the things around. Sorry. Configure.
Yep. So it defaults to you see the account Sharon Pareto, but you haven't actually specified it to run through a business page. That's already selected.
So here, it's going to be my business page.
Yeah.
Now it says that. Right?
Yep.
And you just selected the change. We're jumping ahead, but you just selected the difference between Instagram ad and Instagram story.
Yep.
If you guys are Instagram users, you know what an ad and a story is. Are just, they're going to come up between somebody just perusing their friends' stories, right?
Right. They're up on the top.
It's going to be through the scroll.
Right.
I didn't realize there was paid Instagram stories.
Yeah, because Facebook owns Instagram.
Right, I know, but I'm like looking at mine now, and so
you didn't realize.
Click on,
like
if I was to just click on my friends' stories, and it's going through that line, then they'll throw a paid one in there.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back up here. So add text. So let's do this main copy. Suggestions. What do you guys think? Because I'm probably maybe too close to this, right? Because I've been
Yeah.
messing with this for a while. This particular neighborhood does have quite a few Indian people, right, in the community. And for them, and there's an Indian family that lives there now. So it was really important to them to tell people that this is a directly east facing door, which is a big deal to find, right? When you have Indian clients, you will probably find, if that's important to them, that they will be in front of the door with the little compass on their phone to see where it's pointing. FYI. So
here's my thoughts on this. And I see agents, I don't know if there's a right or wrong, but based on my experience, what you're trying to do is to not give away the farm in this. Why do I say that? If you find all of the information about this house or the address, what is someone going to do rather than click learn more and have their information fed into a lead form? They're going to go find that listing in Zillow or somewhere else, right? And let's say I'm a buyer and I'm looking in an area for a 4-bedroom house, but Sharon's put on here 3-bedroom home. Am I going to click on there? No, I'm not. So you have to be very careful about putting the things that are a taste, right? Versus, get everything that would basically say a property is out of the running, if you will. Mm-hmm. So with this one, I mean, this is Northville Schools, right? One of the most highly coveted school districts in the nation. Now, do you put Northville Schools or do you put top school district? I don't know the answer, but I'm trying to come up with the things that are going to get someone to say, ooh, I got to learn more about this house.
I think that people who want Northville Schools want Northville Schools.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I would put Northville Schools. So what's more important? Is it, I am open to having this cut up and slaughtered, right? This just happens to be what's in the description of my MLS thing. So,
my point in my conversation is, guys, don't copy and paste the agent remarks or the buyer remarks from MLS. Don't do that. You're putting enough out there that's going to grab someone's attention, that's going to encourage them to want more. But at the same time, not putting anything that's going to basically say, it doesn't fit what I would be looking for. Now, how many rooms does this have? Or how many bedrooms?
4.
Okay, it's 4 bedrooms. And does it have a finished basement?
Yep.
Okay, so you want to just put all of the things, in my opinion, all the things that are going to be ooh, award-winning Northville Schools, finished basement, wooded lot, maybe if it's an area that really there's a shortage of first floor masters, maybe you put that at the same time.
So here's the type of master it is. How do you explain this? It's like a split level master. It's the one where I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's got the laundry facilities on that master level.
Okay.
And then the other 3 bedrooms are up another 4.
Yeah. So the master,
which is kind of cool. It's like a private master suite. People that like it love it.
Yeah. But the downfall of it is you've got probably have a number of stairs to the front porch. Then don't you?
Well, yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on emojis?
I love them.
I'm going to put some in. I wanted to type everything and then insert them. Yeah, I like them.
I put some in mine because the property that I used is a lake house.
What if I say private master suite? That'll make them wonder what that means, right? Maybe enough to click. I don't know. What do you think?
What's your opinion on how much you put there, though? Because I've heard people say put just the minimal so they'll click on that learn more.
Well, so you see right there after sealing, it gets cut off. So unless someone clicks more anyway, which you just don't give people the benefit of the doubt that they're going to, that's all you have 3 lines of real estate, in my opinion, no pun intended. Right. That's what I think is the most important. So that's why it doesn't necessarily have to be bullets, but if you almost use emojis to bullet.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Wooded lot.
And then next to wooded lot, you put a tree emoji.
Yes.
Like the bedroom, I put the bed emoji. That's bathrooms, you do the little tub emoji.
Yeah.
If it's a 3-car garage, you put the,
It is, actually.
Okay,
Three
cool.
car tandem, but I don't want to put, do I put that much stuff on here, right?
Well, no. Okay, so here's the thing. From my first perspective, I don't know that that's a 3-car. So if you
Right,
put
it's a
3-car,
tandem, right.
but if I'm only interested in a 3-car, I'm not gonna click on that. But if it says 3-car, I mean, I'm gonna say, how is this a 3-car? I'm going to click. All you're trying to do is get someone to click.
Why did, oh, I put it in the wrong
It,
place.
oh, I was
I-
frustrated with that yesterday because I was doing
Yeah.
the same thing. So there's a difference between, as Sharon's messing with that, there's the main copy, there's the headline, and there's the description. The main copy and the headline are required, okay? Now, the description is weird because the description doesn't always show up depending on the placement of it, right? So you might type something in the description, it doesn't show up. If it does, it's going to show up below that headline. It's kind of weird. And then you have 3 choices for the button, where it says learn more. That button is going to take them to wherever it is that you want to take them to. It could be a lead gen form, or it could just be a page. So what we're trying to do with this is actually gather leads, right? Now, if you don't want it to actually go to a lead form and you just want it to go to your website, perhaps it's a farming thing or it's to your sphere, you can do that. Okay. You have to put the page that you want them to go to. Okay. Otherwise it's going to get a Facebook lead form. What does a Facebook lead form look like? Well, because you have to have an email address in order to have a Facebook account, what the lead form does when they click on it is automatically populates, I think, 3 fields: name, phone number, and email. And then so it makes it really easy. What do people hate doing? Entering their information. So when it kind of tricks them when they're doing it, because they don't realize their information then is being sent to us. But by clicking that lead gen form that's already been filled out for them, it takes them to whatever page that you want them to go to. So in this instance, Sharon's going to go to her website. She's going to find this listing, and she's going to copy and paste that link to where people are going to go after they go through that lead form. And she doesn't have to bit.ly it because people don't see it, if that makes sense. You know, bit.ly just shortens it.
All right. Any other suggestions? I can't really concentrate while we're all talking and stuff. So I don't know that I feel good about it, but I want to put something good out. So.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, go through right before you'd hit publish, and then you can just take a little bit of time. As long as you commit to me that you're going to do it right after this.
Fix your
Actually,
after
I'm
private
okay.
master
Maybe
suite.
less is more.
There's
Yeah.
extra space.
Yeah.
And
I'm like,
then-
what do I put there? Like a cute little shower?
Space
And then
between
do another
and
space
finish.
after the.
I will. I don't know.
It's okay. That's the thing, guys. I mean, when you create an ad or create an ad, you can save it as a draft. You can publish it, right? You can, and then you can copy it. You could run 2. You can, mess around. You can put a small enough amount of money behind these where it's not going to make or break it. And if something's not performing, you kill it.
So headline, right?
So the headline is that start typing something there and show them where it goes. This is the
grabber.
There you go. The grabber. What would you put there?
So
I have a hard time between the one that you
description
just
and the
worked
headline.
on, and then
Yeah.
Description is the one.
So it's in a community that has a pool house and walking paths, and right, it's walking distance from the elementary school. So it's a great family community subdivision. But I don't know that I want to put the name or anything like that, because like I said, it's close to the landfill, and I don't want people to say, oh, I know exactly where that is, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So
do you guys understand, and I'm not trying to be elementary here, but the purpose of this is obviously for Sharon to sell her listing. But if you put in there, if someone was looking at Northville and they knew all the neighborhoods, and you put, what's the name of this sub?
I don't remember right now. Northville.
If you put Northville Ridge, people are gonna be like, ooh, I don't want Northville Ridge. I know that's close to the dump. The purpose of this isn't to sell this house necessarily. Now Sharon wants to, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if any of you guys sell the listing that you're advertising. Here's the point, is that someone clicks on this, They fill out the lead form, then they go to the thing and they go, oh, I see on a map where it is. No. But Sharon's got their contact information. So Sharon contacts them, follows up them, and says, hey, and you click on more information. I'd love to, where do you live now? How long have you been looking? Blah, blah, blah. And then they tell her, no, I thought I was interested in this house. And no, I realized it's in this community. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's not a community you're interested in? No, it's not. Okay, great. Well, it sounds like you really know the neighborhoods you are interested in Northville and the ones you aren't. How long have you been looking? And you go down a path where hopefully you can send them other listings. You can consult them in buying something else, right? So it's just a way to grab a lead, not necessarily for any.
Let's talk about how perhaps a good way to grab a lead isn't necessarily with a characteristic of the house, but more an emotion, right? Mm. How do you invoke some kind of emotion that makes them already think about, oh, that would be awesome, right? So Northville Ridge, by the way, is the name of the sub. So anyway, perhaps it could be something like, I'm trying to brainstorm. Something that has something to do with community, right? 500.
Okay.
Tight-knit community.
You gotta be careful with fair housing stuff.
I always I don't know why, and I know this is typical, but the whole welcome home, something like that. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks.
You could say, okay, so you're going to enjoy the summer and there's a community pool there and a clubhouse and walking paths, right? So what is that? How is that great for somebody? I don't want to say with a family because you got to be careful about fair housing.
How about something like, short walk, short walk to, short walk to the pool just in time for summer, or I don't know,
about
country club living.
There you go.
Close to amenities.
That's the what you're trying to do, but you're just trying to jazz it up to a headline grabber, right? Something that is click worthy. The news does a great job of making it really negative, right? We're trying to do it in a flip side, which is positive. And you only have so much to work with, and that's the challenge, is coming up with something. How large is this house, Sharon? Sharon's on mute. Sharon, you're on mute. If you're talking to us.
My kids were walking through, so I was muting it. 2,700 square feet. Okay. Walking trails. Whoops, now I'm in the wrong place. I'm going to say walking trails, pool, clubhouse, and more. No? Does that make somebody want to click? No, obviously not. Or everybody would go, yes.
Walking trail does not entice me. I don't know. For me, but you already have it up there, a wooded lot is a huge thing.
And it can be the same things. I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other. In the headline, you could put, you could put Northville schools in highly desirable community. Oh, okay. I don't know.
4-bedroom.
Sharon, do you want to review anything I do before I send it out, since it's your listening?
No. You should be able to, you're an adult. You're okay.
Is it generic? Is it okay doing things generic, or is this not good enough? The headline saying something like a house that'll instill the pride of home ownership.
It's all about whatever you think is going to get somebody to click on it.
Yeah.
Right? If you think something like that will get somebody to click on it, do it.
I'm not too familiar with that area.
Yeah, the marketing piece is a challenge for people. And this is why I totally recommend you guys copying what other people do. And over time, just making a conscious note of other people's ads, seeing things. I mean, you do not have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel for yourself either. If you come up with something you really love, keep using it. Save it in a share, a saved whatever with verbiage that you just refer to for your marketing time and time again. So you're not reinventing the wheel each time.
I don't want to make this too long.
Yeah.
4 bedrooms, wooded lot, and privacy in Northville schools. Does that speak to anyone?
No.
I don't know that.
I would say listen, and this is the problem. You go to overthink of this, right? You could say large home, desirable community,
There you go.
wonderful amenities. I don't neighborhood amenities or something. Again, just enough to get someone to say, I want to hear more about that. Vague is okay as long as you're being truthful.
When you put that in the description more than the headline, or
Well, that's what we're saying. You
you
kind of
can.
struggle with what you want to say.
Yeah, you
right?
certainly can, but I think that they're one and the same in terms of the biggest, because what you're doing is trying to pull across like the most important things,
right?
right? Because maybe if you put 2749 square feet, maybe that's not large to me. Maybe I'm looking at 3,000. But if I
Right.
click large home, right, I'm going to click and then what? Well,
Maybe there's something else I'll end up liking about it, and then it's okay, right?
Or maybe you're going to tell me, yeah, unfortunately, this is only 2749. You're looking for 3,000? Okay.
Yep.
Can I send you some other listings?
So, all right. So I'm just going to leave that. And then here comes the description. So the description, I'm going to start typing. Description goes here.
And it doesn't always show up. So go to the right, move your mouse a little bit to the right and up. You see where it says Facebook preview on the right? It's
Yeah.
showing us what this looks like. If you click through those, that's what's it's showing you what
It'll
it's going
refresh
to look like.
it.
Yeah. So sometimes your formatting looks a little different depending on. And now you just be advised, guys, majority, especially right now, majority of your traffic viewing this ad is going to be on Facebook mobile. It's going to be on Facebook mobile.
'Cause
And that
people
may
are
make
just-
a
yeah.
difference. It may make a difference to how you put that through. Just
Yeah.
be aware of that.
So see, it says description will be shown in some placements, right? So it depends on the ad. So
Yeah, it's really weird. You know where I've only seen it really is under the Facebook, the Facebook under the headline.
yes, exactly. That's why I was
But it's
expecting to
not
see it.
showing. But it's not showing right
Right.
now. Yeah, it's like little next to that learn more button. It's like smaller, whatever.
Sometimes, I mean, do you even need to put anything there?
You don't. No, it's okay to leave it blank. And this isn't a field. You see, there's no red asterisk. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be there.
What's shuffle? Have you ever done that?
No.
Yeah, it gives you a couple more idea.
Oh.
Oh, schedule
Oh,
private tour
so-
with me today. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So it might
That's
put
what I use.
put something next to, right. You can specify what that button says. Learn more, contact me, or I don't know. Something says something. Apply now.
There you go. Done.
Okay. Awesome. So add media.
save. Huh?
Yep. No, that's okay. I don't know if you.
All right.
So add media. It's automatically going to pull in photos from the listing. Okay.
Mhm.
So it pulled in the number one photo from the MLS listing. I do think that you should add more than one. And when you
Yeah.
add more, it's well, you'll see. Now they look stretched and weird right now. They will not in the ad. So
Right.
just be advised. You can choose from the listings. So you see it's automatically pulling them. You can also, if you still go up, you can add an image or you can add a video. Maybe you want to add an image of you. I don't know. Don't.
So let me ask you a question because I've struggled with this as well before, or maybe it's either or. Like I can't have pictures and a video.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yeah, so I added to my Tangle with listing, I added the photos from the listing, and then I also had the video, but the video wasn't one of the images, so I had to upload that.
So what about a Matterport link? Because I've tried doing link and it makes me do one or the other. Like
That's a good question. I don't
let me.
know. I don't know.
All right. So do I need to add these one at a time?
Yes, you do.
All right. And
And
then it
then-
makes you kind of crop them.
Yep, because it's showing you wide. So click on up top. It defaults to wide. If you go up though, you can click different formats. It may tell you. And again, this is kind of, you have to mess around because this is going to give you a square. If you go back and you go through your preview on the right, does it look better one way or the other? I did all of mine wide and it actually looked fine. So
Yeah, I like wide personally,
you just,
but
yeah. And then you hit save image. Oh, wait, what's the top left there? Is that
whoops,
a crop?
hold
Oh,
on.
it's okay. It's okay.
I'll add another one.
After you select an image, just mess around, hit preview and crop. So what do you guys think would be the best photos to put in here?
The main
It's a trick question. The best photos, right? Kitchen and baths.
What
right?
did you want
Those
me to
sell
look
houses. Those two things. I was just curious what those did.
So right now, it's
Yep,
what
that
we're working
crops.
on now. This
twist.
will change
Rotate it.
it. Right.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
woo.
I don't know why you do that, but okay.
Who knows?
Maybe you want to flip it. Maybe the photo, for whatever reason, is coming through weird and you want to flip it.
Or, yeah. All right.
But yeah, in terms of photos, guys, I mean, see, here's the thing. In the MLS, there's a rule. The first photo has to be an exterior photo. If you're selling a property that looks like garbage from the outside, don't lead with that photo. Put the best ones on there, the ones that are going to want people to see more. Does that make sense? So if it's a lake house, maybe it's the picture of whatever it is, you want to put the best photos, in my opinion. You want to.
So I have a question.
Sure.
On Sharon's Plymouth listing, it has like a coming soon imprint on the photos.
Yeah.
Right? That Realcomp automatically adds.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if we use those photos and run this ad for 10 days, we're obviously past the point of it coming soon. And although I know the dates on there and someone could figure it out, do you know if when we run this, it's
Will it
it's going to take that image,
automatically-
so it's going to have that
Yeah.
in there.
Like, will the feed update is what you're wondering, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
it
going to
won't,
go,
right?
it's going to go live on Monday. So will it
Right.
flip to, I don't know the answer to that question.
I think
You'll have to
because
just,
it's not saving the photos, it's syndicating them. So maybe they'll be updated.
I don't know. But you could put in the description, going live Monday, whatever that is, the 11th,
Yeah.
or put it in there.
Okay.
So that they see it, right? And it's on there.
Yeah, and I suppose since it's at the top, you could just, you're not getting the whole picture, so it can just be cropped out if it was
Yeah.
to stay.
Well, once they click on it, though, I think it gets bigger, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not sure.
So those photos that you just uploaded, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can click on them and drag them if you wanted to change the order. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. You go left under add media.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You just drag
Right.
them around. Let's say you just wanted the order, but that on the right where you were just at is going to give you, what it looks like. So you're,
Mhm.
you're previewing it, the carousel as you go.
Right.
Now,
What picture
let's
do you
say-
guys think should be my first picture?
I think the exterior one.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's say you guys wanted only one photo. You didn't want a carousel. You could, instead of taking the ad media that are automatically syndicating from the listing, you could create your own image, right? In designs, maybe a big image with one photo of the exterior and then a few photos, right? So it's just one. Does that make sense? Or
Yeah.
maybe you
Right.
want to overlay
In designs,
text.
right.
Yeah, you could
You can do all
something
sorts of stuff.
to
Yep.
upload it rather than just selecting it from
Yep.
your own listing. All right.
Okay.
The DBA logo that automatically gets placed. I found, Sharon, I don't know about you, but I X'd out of it. It will not let you post without having a watermarked DBA logo.
Okay. I've not tried to not have one.
So you
So-
already, because I don't know, I was just messing around.
Messing around. Yeah.
So that logo, even though it looks a little stretched in that little uploaded file, does everyone have that who's on this, or did Sharon have to upload that?
Mine is,
I've had it
Northville.
uploaded forever. It's in
Okay.
the coaching drive, though, if anybody
Yeah.
needs it.
So Northville, you can't use Northville, the Northville one.
That
It
is the
should-
Northville one.
It should say KW Advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have one that says KW
Yeah,
Northville. I
that's-
got from Jess.
I think that one's like automatically in there, maybe.
Is
I've
it
done other
trans-
designs in here, so that's why I pulled in the newer one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did I get Advantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you can move this, right?
If you
To be
prefer
on
it
the
to
left
be-
side or the right side. Let's see how it, on the picture down here, how
Yeah.
it moved from one side to the other.
Do we need to include the ownership?
The
maybe?
ownership, I don't think it's a legal thing. It's just each office is independently owned and operated is the little line, I think.
I've never done it.
Yeah, I didn't do it. So,
And it's right there. And it's that tiny little thing at the bottom.
yeah.
Who cares?
No, I
Right?
just, unless I was required to, I didn't. So,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
okay.
It does look more official.
So you've got the ad, you've got the photos, you've got the description, you've got the images. Okay. So next is
So we're gonna
Facebook and
save that. Yep. Then
Facebook
We're
and
gonna come down
Instagram. So
here.
this is the channel options. Now we already jumped ahead in this previously. Like if Sharon, for shits and giggles, under that, unclick that page where you were just on. Nope, right there. Yeah. Oh, you've already
Ooh.
selected it. So
what's this?
I think that's just the second row of what yours is called.
Oh, you're right. It wrapped.
Yeah. So previously, if you guys remember,
Yeah.
before she selected that, it would have just still said Keller Williams, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know
Yeah.
why it does that, but you have to do it. Sharon selected Instagram story, right? From
Yep.
Instagram ad.
Yep.
Again, this is something you could play with. I just was told something. So maybe, I don't know. We're doing these together and we're learning. Destination. This is what we were talking about before. I ran an ad just like this that it did not have a lead gen form. Okay. Cause that wasn't the purpose necessarily that I was going for. So I selected use a site or landing page. Okay. And then you have to add the URL. Now, keep in mind, I wasn't going to get any leads from that. People were going to be then go to my website, but I wasn't getting any leads. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's happened to me too.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right. So you learned the hard way. You're like, people are clicking on it, but no leads.
Yeah, just
because they were getting the milk. They were getting the milk for free.
Yep.
So you want
Say
the
again, why was that, Matt? Sorry, because I have
So the destination is going to be one of two options. One is they actually when they click on it, there's a lead form that's already filled out for them. That is
Okay.
basically the gateway to take them to the next page. Or if you just have a user site or landing page, they're just going to go right to that page. There's no lead form, and you're not actually going to be capturing their information.
So you recommend using the Facebook lead generation form?
If that's your goal,
If that's
your
your
intent
goal,
for
right.
leads, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the case. Most of you, that's the case.
Mhm.
Unless you're running something different or whatever, it's more.
Because even if you have a lead form on your landing page that's created through command, it's not a forced registration. So the user doesn't have to put their information in there to see the property information that you want to give them. Whereas with a Facebook lead generation form, they're forced. You're automatically going to get their info if they looked at your stuff.
It's what they call a mouse trap.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I had already changed it to use a site or landing page, but now I cannot go back to use Facebook lead form.
is this an ad that you've already selected?
That you already ran and you're
Yeah,
editing?
I was no.
Okay.
I'm doing it while
Okay.
you do it.
So go to the follow-up destination URL. Do you have something that you've put in there?
Say it again.
Right. Okay. So
Right here, this
right there.
this,
Did you
where
put
it says
something in there?
follow up right there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
had already. I've
delete.
erased. Yeah.
Yep.
I
Delete
have.
what's in there. Yep.
Uh-huh.
And then go back. It's still not letting you click
No.
use Facebook lead generation form.
Okay.
No.
Do I do it really quick and see if
Yeah,
it makes me
click
do
on
it?
it. You can go in either way.
So if you delete all this, right? Take it all out. You
I-
should be able
I
to
did.
come back here and just
Maybe
do it
it's
again.
my
Yeah.
my cookies or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe save. Get out of it and go back
Yeah.
in.
I can save it as a
so-
draft.
Okay, so the call, I have to actually have another mastermind, guys. I have to jump off this call.
I have to leave at 1:30. I have
Okay.
a meeting.
So you have to learn more. That's
Learn
usually
more.
that's the one that's just by default. I wish there could be more choices for now, but
Yep.
you
Okay.
do have to put in that URL though. Okay, so even after the lead generation form, you have to take them to the URL.
You do?
This is where
All right.
This is where you want to find on your website the URL of this property.
Okay.
Does that make
So
Mm,
I have that. I just have to get to it.
Cool.
So I'm going to jump away from you guys for a second so I can get it real quick.
Matt, do you adjust the URL to
So
simplify buy it, or do you just copy it?
No, so you don't have to do that in this regard because no one sees it.
Okay.
They don't.
Well,
you know,
because Trevor had said that he had a couple of instances where it was too long and it wouldn't accept
Oh,
it.
that's interesting. Okay, I haven't had that, so maybe in that case you do have to Bitly it, but you can also go, I think you can also go choose site with that little button there. I don't know how to go about doing that. I've always just gone separately, found it, and then copy and pasted it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I usually do.
And I already have one in Bitly, so I'm just picking it up. Hold on.
So Sharon, this is a site that takes you to the property listing?
So go to your website, which is
Okay.
probably like justinnixon.kw.com, something like that, right?
Right.
And you're going to then just type in the address and it will come
Okay.
up, right? Because it's an active listing. So then you will just go to the top and copy that URL from the
The listing's
address.
not on my site, it's your listing.
Type
What
in
was that?
the address of the property in your search box on your
Any
web.
property that's
Oh,
listed for
okay.
sale is accept, even around the nation. And I've done little just for my friends and family. Found a really cool property that I just wanted to show off, and I send it to them through my website, and then that gets people looking at my website.
Gotcha,
Mhm.
gotcha.
Okay. So
As long as the only thing that I'm careful with, did that with that Bitly, did that do the URL and stuff too, or the HTTP?
yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Let me make sure it works. Let me test it. Yep.
Good. Okay.
It
Cool.
took me right to it. So, all right.
All right. Again, guys, this is if you are doing this for a different agent's listing, you still are finding the listing via your website. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, all right. Ad targeting.
So here's the change that happened. So Facebook got a lot of flack for being able to run for people being able to run ads that were arguably against fair housing laws. We used to be able to, if it was a specified ad for instance, housing, you were used to be able to add education, income. You could actually target a specific neighborhood. They got into hot water with that. So if your ad has anything to do with housing now, you have limited custom
Options.
term, including location.
Yep. So,
By default,
20 miles is a lot,
yeah.
you know.
So you're going to want to click that slide that says use custom settings.
Right.
And you're going to be able to do a couple things. You're going to be able to target your database or target a custom audience.
So let's cast a little bit of a wider net so we can get leads, right? Because that's the point. 15 miles is the minimum, right?
Yeah.
But 15 miles from what?
So this is the interesting thing. And I think in this regard, you probably use Northville, but think about it logically, guys. If you have a property that's located somewhere, who are you really targeting? You're targeting the people that want to move there.
Right.
Right. So if I'm running an ad for a South-Lyon property, I might actually select Livonia as the center of the area because I know there's a lot of people moving from that area, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to use your best judgment and play around with it. I mean,
so adding interests. This is where you can like go down a rabbit hole if you want to. You can make it people who are interested in Zillow, people who are interested in mortgage calculators, people who are, you know, again, with all those changes, I don't know how.
Okay, I got to jump off.
Okay.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, no problem, guys. I'll be available all afternoon if anyone needs anything.
All right. So let's see what some of these interests are that are available. Let's say Zillow, right?
I gotta run as well.
Okay. So make sure you run your ad. Right? So I'm going to say I want it to be people that are interested in Zillow, you know, that have liked the Zillow page. And I'll add one more. How about mortgage. Gosh, I hate this thing that I can't see.
Mm.
Reverse mortgages. No,
Not that.
that's not what I want. So isn't that weird, right? That's the only thing that came up. Oh, it's because I had a space. So it looked for mortgage as the second word. So mortgage loans, mortgage calculator. Huh. I'm not sure which one I might want. I'm
How
going to
about-
run with that. Go
How
ahead.
about first home buyer? How does that works?
I think first home buyer would be great, but this particular home is $500,000, so I don't think that's going to be a first time home buyer. However, for something that's like at 150 or 200, for sure, you know. Or although there's a lot of people doing first time home buyers that are spending way more money than I did when I bought my first house, so I probably shouldn't judge. I'm just going to leave it at that, right? So I'm going to go down, whoops, further. Oh, I hate that
you're
I,
only targeting two?
I'm sorry?
You're only targeting two, not more?
That's because I just am trying to not narrow it down too much. Because sometimes if you get too narrow, you block out everybody else and not that many people actually see right there, it says my estimated audience right now is 2.5 million.
Oh.
Right? The more and more I narrow it, the less and less.
Okay.
But you can do whatever you want. Like he said.
Yeah, I did 4 and I just want to know what's the difference.
So what is your estimated audience?
I didn't look at it.
Oh,
I
you
just
didn't look.
put-
Okay.
Yes.
So well, let's add another one just for fun. Let's say I want to look at people who are interested in I don't know. Somebody give me an idea.
I have a question, Sharon. So you
Yeah.
picked Zillow. What if you put realtor.com?
That's what I'm doing right now. Look at you. You read my mind. All right. So save selection. And now my audience is 9.7 million. That's crazy, right?
Is that just telling you like that's how many people have liked realtor.com?
No. So, okay, when I only picked Zillow as my filter, my audience, if I read this correctly, was 36 million. When I added that it had to be someone, well, that doesn't make sense.
No, because it's an or. So it's
Yeah.
just saying it's rating what you picked,
Right,
how much it's targeting, how much exposure you're going to get per
right.
your criteria. But it didn't limit it by doing 2 because it's not where it has to be Zillow and mortgage calculator. It's one or the other. Because you can go on there and you can choose.
Oh, I see
and
what
on
you're
the-
saying. I see
On
what
the
you're
side,
saying.
you can choose.
Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
can choose or and.
Right, right. So that's a good point. So how do I look at this? Can I look at it again? Oh my gosh, this sharing screens. So or and.
Because if you hover over the interests,
Yeah.
it'll show you all those numbers as you scroll over top of them. As
Look
you
at
hover.
you. Look at all the stuff that you know here. Let's see. Realtor.com.
If you
So I
hover,
said and though, but I wonder if it's I wonder if it'll change it.
so sometimes if you do like investor or
Mhm.
investing,
Mm-hmm.
just the
Yeah.
difference in the word hits different amounts.
Right. Okay, so let's wrap this up because I have a meeting in 10 minutes. Duration and budget. So then we're going to click on this. How long do I want to run this ad? So it's starting today. I know that my particular clients are only having showings this weekend. And then we're not showing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it's going to be open, go and show because they're moving, right? And they're working from home. And so that's just how they wanted to manage this. So let's see. What day is today? Today is the 8th. So we're going to open it up wide on the 14th. So I'm just going to go through the 17th. Let's just see what happens. a week, right? 8 days. So my total campaign is $30. I don't know. Should I spend more? Should I spend less? You know, you hear all these numbers about people who only spent $10 and got like a jillion contacts. So I'm okay with 30. I'll leave it at that. So, but that 30 is splitting, right? Because I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So that's sharing it. See here, it says distribute evenly across 2 channels. Or if you chose automatic placement, that means if you hover over this little information thing, Facebook is using their algorithm to intelligently spend your money based on your audience. And they will set the budget and optimize it to wherever it needs to go. I'm going to choose that one.
Is your Instagram a business or a personal Instagram?
I have 2 accounts, and one of them's a business one.
Yeah.
And it's tied to my Facebook account. I mean, I don't have a separate like.
So when it does, Facebook
Business
has to be
in.
business. Is Instagram the same way?
Well, I think that they're all tied together because Facebook owns Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, is if you have a personal and a business Instagram, does it just post it on the
You have
business,
to.
like Facebook?
I think you have to connect it.
And it would just go through the business side?
Yeah.
Because it's the same
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So this is it. I'm doing 8 days. I'm allocating $30. I'm going to let it dynamically decide where to place it, right? I'm saving it. And I think we took care of this. I don't know why that's not looking like it's completed. Pages, stories, Facebook, lead gen, add targeting. I think we're good. All right, so let me move all of your shining faces down here so I can see the top. Okay, so something's wrong and it's saying I'm not done. And I'm not sure why. Pages, I'm paged, I'm there. My lead gen form, my destination. Does this not think that it's the right one? Ooh. Oh, it's looking at all my landing pages. Oh, maybe I could just pick that too. Same thing. Okay. It never used to do that. I like that. Target your audience. We did that. Location. Oh, I have to save it. That's my problem. I didn't save. All right. So back up here. Crossing my fingers. Are you guys creating your own too at the same time? Are we all going to walk away today with a running ad?
Yeah, just
I
select.
already did one last night.
Okay.
The mobile view looks a little interesting.
On yours or mine?
No, on mine, it's on the mobile.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it on yours too. It didn't show the first picture I wanted, and then it cuts up the text.
Well, it's just in order.
Right.
Right. But it has the little 3 buttons. So if you press that, then it'll show more, right? Because it's on a smaller screen. If you think about it that way, right? On a phone versus a desktop. All right. Publish. Your campaign should run for 8 days. Please select your payment method. Wow, this is new. Why doesn't it? Wow, okay. Okay.